Must have been my imagination.
Our story begins here, in a location that we can't disclose due to privacy. Let's pretend it's Hollywood, because that's where all the stars live. The ones that you heard of anyway. Allow me to introduce to you the one that you may not know yet, but once you do, you won't be able to forget him. Dr. Victor E. Malice entered this world in March of 1988, and from birth he was determined to make a statement and leave his musical mark on the world. From an early age, Victor was heavily influenced by cartoons. Some might say this is where his fun and carefree personality started to form, and it definitely had an influence on the greater feats he would soon accomplish. As he aged, Victor could not ignore the haunting melody of his destiny. When given the chance in middle school, he jumped at the opportunity to get his hands on a guitar. But fate had a different plan, and young Victor was made to play the saxophone instead. From here, he became one with the music at last, and found his voice, pun intended. Time flew, and before Victor knew it, he was playing in a Beatles tribute band with a fellow high schooler. After their first show, Victor handed out autographs, and that's when the pieces started to fall into place. He knew that this was what he was destined for. His imagination was awakened at last, and he desperately wanted to share his gift with the world, and, hopefully, inspire the imagination of others as well.
You will listen to my music. You will listen to Dr. Malice and the Absinthic Orchestra.
Victor knew he had to make his dream a reality. As he cultivated his aesthetic and style, fate was working hard to send Victor in the right direction. And onward he marched towards a great unknown, something that would provide many friendships and a vessel which he could inspire others to embrace their own creativity and have fun. This vessel was known as
the Army of Toy Soldiers.
The Army of Toy Soldiers!
ToySoldiersUnite.com.
Here, Victor met a plethora of people from all walks of life, souls from all around the globe, and made many, many friends. Victor, now known as Dr. Malice, was free to let his imagination soar. His transformation began to take hold, and he was unable to contain so much raw talent inside. He split, and his band members sprung forth from his mind and soul. These members, known as Zom, Call, and Torch, embodied the different aspects of Dr. Malice's personality, influences, and interests. With the band now complete, Dr. Malice and the Synthetic Orchestra was able to start releasing albums and singles that the toy soldiers and his other fans just hold dear.
How should I find my happy place? Is it in that hole over there? Why is the journey such a trip? Why do I keep coming here? Have you ever wondered how madmen and women celebrate Christmas time? Well, let me tell you that.
However, as his success grew and his talents progressed, some questioned if his talents were really his own, or the result of a pact with forces beyond our comprehension.
Well, if you ask me, rock and rolls is the devil's lullaby. Wouldn't surprise me if I made a deal with Satan himself.
Oh, me? I'm not the devil. The big capital S, as they called him in college. No, that's not me. What are we even here for?
Did you make a deal with Dr. Malice for talent and fame in exchange for his mortal soul?
Oh, Dr. Malice, yes. I met him a while ago. He gave me one of these handy-dandy business cards. I've been in contact with him. I reached out to him one time and I asked him to make a reality-tearing tentacle gun. I call her Shelby. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I've been keeping in contact with him throughout the years. Yes, he played with the Beatles and he did a whole bunch of stuff. These soldiers made of toys marching around the world, doing their thing, domination, craziness. I don't really know what to tell you other than he's a swell guy. However, I have been keeping in contact, and Mr. Malice, if you're ever ready to jam, Mobo's ready to sign up, big boy. Let's do it. Okay, all right. How much? Where do I get paid?
I don't think any of that's true.
The toy soldiers weren't the only ones to pick up Dr. Malice on their radar. Another creator had her eye on him and was intrigued. So, how did you hear about Dr. Malice?
I heard about Dr. Malice back in 2015. I had just joined Toy Soldiers Unite, and Sergeant Dutch, who was the administrator at the time of TSU, kind of I don't know that I would say introduced us, but he definitely pushed me in the direction of Dr. Malice. He's like, hey, you guys are both doctors, very similar aesthetic. He does music and stuff, check him out. And I don't know, to this day, I don't know if it was necessarily trying to promote Dr. Malice or trying to get us to work together. But either way, you know, it worked out.
So, it started as a friendship.
Yeah, started as a friendship. We would talk through the Discord for TSU, and then eventually we would talk to just each other. And the first thing that we really did together was we played a lot of Plague Inc., which was a lot of fun, trying to infect the world one virus at a time, just 2 doctors. So that was a lot of fun. He came down to visit me at one point, so we had met in November of 2015, and then the following March on Toy Soldier Day, I got to meet him in person, which was really cool. Shot him in the neck. Stay down. Stay down. It's loaded.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Gross.
When did you decide to collaborate with Dr. Malice?
That's a tough question to answer. There wasn't really necessarily a concrete moment in time where I decided, yeah, I could work with this guy. There was a point in time where I had told him, I'm like, I want you to be the Danny Elfman to my Tim Burton. And he made the Dr. Modius theme that you hear at the beginning of every episode of the show. And it just kind of exploded from there, because I mean, really, even when we were just, talking and bullshitting with each other, we were already collaborating. He was giving me a bunch of ideas, I was bouncing ideas off of him, and so we had kind of built this partnership just without confirming it with each other. So I don't know when it actually became official, but yeah, I'd say 2015, somewhere around in there.
What kind of work has he done for you?
Oh, he's done a lot for me. Like I said, he made the Dr. Modius theme. From there, he started doing music just, for the episodes themselves so that they weren't as bare. If you go back and watch season 1, it's... whew. So yeah, he made the theme, he made music, he was helping me edit, he became a co-writer, a co-director with me. He did a lot for the Dr. Modius show, and for that I am forever grateful. Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm gonna shoot him in the neck again, though.
While music was his main gig, Dr. Malice also had quite the knack for creating props and puppets, much of which is used in the Dr. Modius show, as well as his own creative endeavors. From a puppet replica of Sergeant Dutch to his very own robot, Splat, Dr. Malice has brought us many creations to life. In his spare time, he also participated in different art contests, such as photoshopping Randy Feltface in different locations and some artwork for Markiplier, a somewhat popular YouTuber. Here's what Mark had to say.
Hi, Dr. Malice. Nice ass. Ow!
You can really say that again, Mark. So, what is Dr. Malice doing today? Why, the same thing he always does, trying to take over the world, one single at a time, never turning a deaf ear to the melody of destiny that calls him, and probably watching some cartoons. Dr. Malice has a lot left to explore and share with the world. But one thing is certain and blindingly clear: his music, his talents, and the friendship he offers has changed the lives of all of those who encounter him. And for that, truly, we say thank you and happy birthday, Dr. Malice.
No, I don't know how to use this, but don't tell him! He's cooler than I am, and I want to be part of the band!